like to welcome everyone to the regular meeting of the Board of June 17, 2025. And I'd like to acknowledge our special guests that are with us this evening. Thank you for joining us. We acknowledge that we're meeting on the traditional land of the Saugeen Ojibwe Nation, which is represented by the communities of Saugeen First Nation and Chippewas of Nawash Unceded First Nation. We also think of the Métis Nation of Ontario, whose history and people are well represented in Bruce and Grey counties. We have not received any regrets this evening, and Trustee Ritchie is joining us virtually. As we begin our final board meeting of the year, I would like to welcome all our guests joining us this evening for our annual Awards of Excellence celebration. In a few minutes, we will have the honor to publicly recognize some of the many outstanding volunteers in our schools. I would also like to take a moment to reflect on all the hard work that has occurred over the past year. We are incredibly thankful to our staff, students, parents, guardians, families, partners, and volunteers. All of you play a critical part in fostering student success in Blue Water District School Board. A personal thank you is extended to my fellow trustees. It has been a busy year around this table with a new multi-year strategic plan and the budget for approval later this evening. This time of year, we also share congratulations, good wishes, and bittersweet goodbyes with our 2025 graduates and retiring staff members. We thank them and bid them happy farewell as they pursue new and wonderful opportunities. While tonight's meeting offers us a chance to celebrate the achievements of this past year, it is also important that we acknowledge the difficult moments, including the losses we have experienced in our school communities. We think of the loved ones we have lost, their families, and the schools and communities impacted. Keep them in our hearts and thoughts. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I thank you again and send the warmest of wishes for a safe and enjoyable summer. We are to the approval of the agenda. Could I have a mover and seconder that the agenda for the regular meeting of the Board of June 17th, 2025 be approved as printed? Trustee Morgan, Trustee Craig, all in favor? Thank you, that is carried. Is there any disclosure of pecuniary interest on any of our agenda items this evening? I see none. We have two sets of minutes to approve. First, could I have a mover and seconder that the minutes of the regular meeting of the Board of May 20th, 2025 be approved as printed? Trustee Peters and Trustee McComb. Any errors or omissions? I see none. All in favor? Thank you. That is carried. And our second set of minutes of the minutes of the Committee of the Whole Board meeting of June 3rd, 2025 be approved as printed. Could I have a mover? Trustee Atkinson and Trustee Morgan. Again, is there any errors or omissions that you see in that set of minutes? I don't see any. All in favor? Thank you, that is carried. Is there any business arising from the minutes? I see none. We have no delegations this evening, and so that takes us to a special part of our agenda. So I'd like to invite Director of Education, Wilder, to speak to this report.
It is my true honor to present this report this evening, and it's all about the Awards of Excellence, and we're seeing a lot of excellence over here, and we want to honor that this evening. When we talk about the Awards of Excellence program, it tries to recognize in a really tangible way some of the extraordinary efforts and outstanding achievements and contributions made by our community members from each family of schools. So a family of schools refers to local secondary school and all of their partner elementary schools. Community members are nominated from within their school communities through the school principal and selected within each family of schools. Consideration is given to the level of dedication, commitment, and the demonstration of support which directly benefits the students and the school. I am pleased to present this report today recognizing our special volunteers in Blue Water District School Board. I appreciate the assistance of trustees with these presentations, so I will invite trustees individually up and they will do a brief introduction and a presentation to the award recipient. The recipient will be given an opportunity to speak if they wish, but there's no pressure to do so. But we do welcome to hear your voice. So I'll let that sit with you for a bit in case there's a few things you wanted to say, but no pressure at all. And then at the end of this part of the agenda, we will have a brief recess so that we can have a picture of all of you. We'll take it out in the main foyer of all the award recipients. Okay? So we are going to start our family of schools area, Bruce Peninsula District School and Peninsula Shores District School. And our presenter is going to be Jane Thompson. And it was Rochelle Ritchie as well, Trustee Ritchie. She's joining us virtually today, but she's part of this as well. So I'll turn it over to Trustee Thompson.
Thank you. And Jean, I wonder if you would come and join me at the front. This is Jean Kirby. The Award of Excellence recipient for Bruce Peninsula District School and Peninsula Shores District Schools is Jean Kirby, who was nominated by Peninsula Shores District Principal Kay Fawcett, who is joining us also this evening. Jean has been a dedicated coordinator of the Peninsula Shores Breakfast Club for years, overseeing volunteers, food orders, and securing additional funding for the program. Early in her role, she recognized the need for baked goods and successfully partnered with the local business to address this gap. Her generosity extends beyond the program, though, too, as she often lifts staff morale with her homemade treats. Her commitment to student well-being is evident in her efforts to create an inclusive and supportive environment at Peninsula Shores District School. She understands that proper nutrition is key to academic success, mental health, and personal growth, ensuring that all students, regardless of financial background, feel a sense of belonging. Beyond the Breakfast Club, Jean is deeply involved in community initiatives, volunteering her time and resources to support student-focused projects and extracurricular activities. Through her continued dedication, she has made a lasting impact on student happiness and overall well-being. Let's express our sincere gratitude to Jean for her impactful contributions.
You do.
Would you like to say something?
No, I'm going to pick. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to now call on Trustee Morgan. And Trustee Morgan is going to introduce a recipient from the Georgian Bay Community School Family Schools area.
Good evening. It's my great pleasure to call Jen Schultz. Please come up. The Award of Excellence was nominated by Kevin Wilson, Principal of Georgian Bay Community School. Jen is a dedicated member of Georgian Bay School for years, making meaningful impact through her pizza program, breakfast club, and student literacy. She works closely with teachers to assist individual students, ensuring they receive the help they need to thrive. Her leadership in the pizza program has allowed students to remain in class, maximizing their instructional time and fostering an uninterrupted learning opportunity. Additionally, her passion for literacy is evident in her one-on-one work with students, offering guidance to those who need and creating a welcoming space for academic growth. Through her various efforts, Jen continuously cultivates a stimulating, encouraging, and inclusive school community, making a lasting difference in her students' lives. Please join me in expressing a heartfelt gratitude to Jen for all she does for the
Would you like to speak?
Trustee Peters, if you'd come forward, Trustee Peters is going to introduce our Grey Highlands Secondary School Family Schools recipient.
I think I'll use my big voice. The Award of Excellence recipient for Grey Highlands Secondary School Family Schools is Crystal Tyler, who was nominated by McPhail Memorial Elementary School Principal Aaron Strong, who just happens to be here as well. Crystal plays a key role at McPhail Memorial Elementary School by organizing the school nutrition program, which serves over 600 students. She ensures the best value is obtained when ordering food, while ensuring that students are provided with nutritious meals that support their learning and well-being. Crystal also manages the snack shack during school events like track and field, offering refreshments to the school community, and prepares ready-to-go meals for field trips, ensuring students are well-equipped for busy days. Her efforts go well beyond the school nutrition program, though. Crystal volunteers her time to enhance the school environment by creating themed displays in the foyer throughout the school year. Her dedication fosters an inclusive and supportive atmosphere, making students and staff feel valued and connected. Thank you, Crystal, for the care and devotion you show to Blue Water students, staff, and families. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Don't be shy. Trustee Atkinson, if you come forward, please, to present the John D. Baker Senior School Family Schools recipient.
Angela isn't with us this evening, so I'm going to read this on her, for the, she can read it watch this online. The Award of Excellent recipient of the John D. Baker Senior School Family of Schools is Angela Bernone, who was nominated by Hanover Heights Community School Principal Stephanie Bouchard. Angela plays a vital role at Hanover Heights Community School through her leadership of the breakfast program, ensuring students start their day with a nutritious meal in a warm and supportive environment. She works closely with the community members, staff, and volunteers to keep the program running efficiently, making sure every student has access to a healthy breakfast. Angela thoughtfully selects food items that students will enjoy while prioritizing nutrition, and that's not a simple task. Through this care and attention, she fosters an atmosphere of respect and inclusivity, ensuring all students feel valued. Her leadership and compassion create a positive school environment where students feel supported, encouraged, and connected to their community. Her ongoing dedication has made a lasting impact, enriching the lives of those at Hanover Heights. Thank you, Angela, for your extraordinary service and unwavering dedication to Blue Water District School Board. The Fox Den is very lucky to have you.
Thank you. I'd like to ask Trustee Johnstone to come forward to talk about the recipient from King Harbor District Senior School Family Schools.
Come on. You know, we're sitting back there. Which one?
There's this one, right?
That's got it. The Award of Excellent Recipient for the Kincardine District Senior School Family Schools is Jen McKellar, who was nominated by Caring Heights Public School Principal Kim Thompson. Jen is a vital part of the Caring Heights Public School community, leading the breakfast program and organizing Blues in the Schools initiative. Through this program, students at multiple schools, including Kincardine Township Tiverton Public School, have experienced live music, storytelling, and learned about the history of the blues. Jen's passion for anti-bullying awareness shines through her dedication to arts and culture, particularly the Blue Hats Knitting Program, which fosters connections among students and staff. When Jen has free time, she can usually be found volunteering within classrooms at school events and within the school community. As a former teacher with 32 years of teaching experience with Blue Water, and just to let you know, Jennifer was my Emma's grade 1 teacher in Ripley. Jen has remained committed to creating an inclusive and supportive learning environment. She builds strong connections with students, ensuring they feel heard, valued, and respected. We are fortunate to have Jen as a dedicated volunteer and a role model. Thank you, Jen, for your unwavering commitment and inspiration.
Yes. Yeah, you need to do
I'll say thank you, and I just want to say it's an honor to continue to be part of the Blue Water team.
Trustee Craig, you come forward for the Owen Sound District Secondary School Family Schools area.
The recipient from this region, Katie Henrik, unfortunately can't be with us tonight. And I don't think the principal who nominated her, Laura Gilkinson, is here either. But some very nice things have been said about Katie. So much so that I'm inclined to meet her and suggest that she run for trustee next time around to replace me. Katie has been a vital part of the Keppel Sarawak Elementary School community, particularly organizing, structuring, and building the breakfast club. She even pulled her mother in to help on many occasions. As a result, that school has a very well-established and very successful volunteer network, which is really superb to build community in that area. She has also, because doing a breakfast club thing is almost like running a small business, it seems to me. And she has, in fact, pulled in partnerships with the school, local businesses, and the community. She works very hard to secure grants. Again, you know, the business aspect of this thing. And she makes sure that they're doing it according to all of the proper guidelines. She's also a very serious environmentalist. She works hard to make sure that that program is coincident with the recycling and composting practices of the school and the school board. And above all, she fosters an inclusive environment, ensuring all students, including former students passing through during morning bus transfers, can access the nutrition program without stigma. So she really is a great representative of the values that this board tries to represent throughout Grey and Bruce counties. So it is very much my pleasure to give her the award for this part of our school board area. And I only wish she was here so I could shake her hand.
trustee Lutz to present the Saugeen District Senior School Family Schools area.
Thank you. Can I ask Chrissy Smith, please, come here with me? The Award of Excellence recipient for Saugeen District Senior School Family Schools is Chrissy Smith, who was nominated by Aaron Terra Elementary School Principal Sarah Reed and teacher Heather Sproul. Chrissy has demonstrated exceptional dedication to Aaron Terra Elementary School through her extensive volunteer efforts. She actively participates in school plans and projects, assists with field trips, and engages with students in the classroom. Her care for the school community is evident in the welcoming environment she helps foster, bringing in treats, managing the breakfast club, and even introducing tadpoles to enhance student learning. Beyond daily involvement, Chrissy plays a vital role in school events. She eagerly volunteers, coordinating special food orders, organizing transportation and distribution, and even leading a large-scale tree planting initiative. Her leadership extends to the winter festive lunch, where she oversees food ordering, decorates, and manages the kitchen. Chrissy is also involved in fundraising for the school, helping to secure resources for projects such as an inclusive playground, accessible picnic tables, and a Gagaball pit. Her commitment is further reflected in her long-standing role on the school council, where she has served for over 8 years. Thank you, Chrissy, for your tireless dedication and commitment to making a difference.
And trustee Thompson to present the Walkerton District Community School area schools. Unfortunately, this recipient was unable to join us this evening, but I will share this report anyway. Heather Vanderhyde is the Award of Excellent recipient for the Walkerton District Senior School Family of Schools, and she was nominated by Mild May Carrick Public School Principal Jennifer Bork. Heather is a dedicated volunteer at Mild May Carrick Public School, contributing to various initiatives that enhance student experiences. She actively supports the Breakfast Club, track and field events, and serves as a chaperone for school activities. As treasurer and a committed member of the Home and School Initiative, Heather helps bridge the connection between families and school, ensuring smooth allocation of funds for supported events. Her leadership in fundraising has been instrumental in the school's fundraising efforts toward a new playground, surpassing donation goals and securing additional playground features for students. Beyond these efforts, Heather is involved in numerous school initiatives, including serving on the school council, being an active member of the Grade 8 Parent Committee, organizing the Fall Fair Float and Schoolyard Sale, and leading teacher appreciation lunches, just to name a few. Through her generosity, compassion, and unwavering support, Heather continues to make a lasting impact on the school community. It's unfortunate she was unable to join us tonight, but I hope you'll join me in congratulating her. So, you are all an inspiration. We want to thank you, we want to congratulate you. If everybody join me in one last round of applause for our So, as mentioned, we will have a very short recess while our communications officer, Jamie Pettit, organizes you out front here in the foyer for a photo, and then we'll reconvene once that is done. So thank you so very much again for your contributions and for coming this evening. Hello everyone, we're going to
get back to business so we aren't so late this evening as we finish our meeting. We are to the reports, committee of the whole board reports. There are 4 recommendations that are coming out of, forward from the committee of the whole board, meeting that was held on June the 3rd. I'll be the mover on these motions and I'll be looking for a seconder. The first is that Blue Water District School Board approved the Blue Water District School Board procedural bylaws as revised for system use effective September 1st, 2025. Can I have a seconder? And all in favor? And this motion, because it affects our bylaws, would need to pass, and it has, by 2/3, because it's impacting our bylaws. The next is that Blue Water District School Board approved Board Policy BP 1402-B, electronic meetings, board and committee as revised for system use. Moved by myself, seconded by Trustee Lutz. Is there any further discussion on that? I see none, all in favor. Thank you, that is carried. Next, the Blue Water School Board approved Board Policy BP 1110-D, trustee vacancy as revised for system use. Moved by myself, seconded by Trustee Peters. Any further discussion? All in favor? Is carried. And finally, the Blue Water District School Board rescind Board Policy BP 7330-D, Office Support Schools. Could I have a seconder, please? Trustee Craig. Any further discussion? All in favor? Thank you, that is carried. Next is our Business Committee of the whole board from June 3rd, so I will invite Vice Chair Johnstone to speak to the report and recommendations.
So I'm going to actually just speak to the recommendations and put the motions on the floor. You have the report, so if you have any questions after this, you can ask me. Okay, Blue Water District School Board approved the 2025-2026 budget in the amount of $299,099,413 in revenues. I always think $13 is kind of funny, but okay. And $298,723,601 in expenses, and $375,812 in net reserve contributions. I'm moving it and looking for someone to second. Thank you, Trustee Morgan. Is there any questions concerning the motion before you? Like that $1 or the $13? I see none. So all in favor? And that is carried. Thank you. Yes, in my mind, it's a big moment, We have a balanced budget. There are, as you know, boards in the province that are struggling, so this is a real accomplishment for our board, and I'd like to thank, I think everybody in the board, but particularly our superintendent of business, for all the work to make sure that we keep in balance, and also we do great things for kids, which is the most important thing. So thank you. Okay, and then next motion, and I will move it, and looking for someone to second, that the Blue Water District School Board delegate authority to the Director of Education and Superintendent of Business Services and Treasurer to sell or purchase land for the period of June 27th through to September 2nd, 2025. Can I have a mover for that, please? Second has been amended. Second. Thank you, Chair Dawn. I can't believe I'm just giving up. Trustee Peters. Okay, is there any, anybody have any questions, concerns, or have a, want to speak to this motion before you? So I just hope that we can do that purchase in King Carn. Anyway, all in favor? And that is carried, and that's the end of my report.
Thank you. There's a report from the Committee of Whole Board in camera from June 17th, and I would like to invite Vice Chair Johnstone to present the report from this evening.
It will be very short, so I'm moving this motion, looking for someone to second it. That the agenda of June 17, 2025 Committee of the Whole Board in camera meeting be deemed to meet the legislative requirements for discussion in camera. Can I have a second? Thank you, Trustee Lutz. All in favor? And that is carried. And next, that the Blue Water District School Board approve the motion approved at the Committee of the Whole in camera June 17, 2025 in regard to personnel. Can I have someone to second that? Thank you, Trustee McComb. All in favor? And that is carried, and that's the end of my report.
Thank you. Are there any new notice of motion this evening? We do have a notice of motion that was brought forward by Trustee Johnstone on June the 3rd. Trustee Johnstone presented the following notice of motion at the Committee of the Whole Board meeting held on June the 3rd for consideration this meeting. I will read the whereas clauses and then put the motion on the floor for discussion. And it's also on the screen if it's easier for you to follow. Whereas motion number 24.09.239 was approved at the September 17th, 2024 regular meeting of the board as follows. Whereas good governance practices are important for the Blue Water District School Board, be it resolved that all public committee of the whole board meetings and regular meetings of the board be recorded and posted on the website for public viewing, and that the committee of the whole board in-camera meetings be recorded and kept privately. Whereas the Blue Water District School Board procedural bylaws have been revised in response to Ontario Regulation 463/97, electronic meetings and attendance, and in order to align with these bylaw revisions, be it resolved that the phrase Committee of the Whole Board be replaced with Governance Standing Committee wherever it appears in the motion number 24.09.239. Could I have a move? Trustee Johnstone will move. A seconder, Trustee Morgan, and I will invite Trustee Johnstone to speak to this.
So really, this motion was just a housekeeping item that we needed to make sure that everything aligned, and that's all it is. It was from the motion from last year, which in actual fact I completely changed. So in fact, it's just making it so that we are staying coherent.
Is there any other questions or conversation about this change? I don't see any, so I'm going to call the question. That the phrase Committee of the Whole Board be replaced with Governance Standing Committee wherever it appears in the motion number 24.09.239. Moved by Trustee Johnstone, seconded by Trustee Morgan. All in favor? Thank you. That is carried. Committee establishment and appointments. There are no committee establishments or appointments this evening. I do remind people to make sure that you've handed in your standing committee selections as referenced in the previous motion. The change of our committee of the whole to the governance standing committee. So you can just make sure you've completed that. Reports for information. I would like to invite Student Trustee Powell to present the Student Senate report.
Forgive me if my voice is a little crispy. I was just sick all last week. I was saying that I'm glad that this is happening this week because last week I kind of sounded like Mickey Mouse all week, so it's very good timing for me. I'm honored to give the last Student Senate speech of the 2024-2025 school year. Our school year is finally wrapping up as summer weather is in full swing. Next Friday, the exam period kicks off, and our secondary schools have been keeping very busy with studying and some much-needed events to relax. Georgian Bay Community School, John Diefenbaker Senior School, and Kincardine District Senior School all held very successful Relay for Life events, which raised thousands of dollars for cancer research. Our grade 12 students have also been keeping insanely busy, with schools across our boards having events like Senior Sunrise and Sunset, Senior Decision Day, and of course, prom taking place over the past couple weeks. Owen Sound District held girls and boys OFSA lacrosse at the start of June, and it was a great turnout for everyone involved in the events. Several schools have also held school-wide fun days to celebrate the end of the school year and to break up exam prep. These fun days have had various events like bouncy castles, water balloon fights, painting, beach volleyball, and lawn games. Walkerton District Community School held a Hoops for Hope event in honor of Olivia Rourke to raise money for cancer research. This event had an amazing turnout in the memory of Olivia. Overall, our students are looking forward to finishing up their exams and getting a start on summer break. Thank you.
Thank you. It does make it seem all the closer to be finishing out the school year. Do trustees have any questions or comments for our student trustee?
Thank you.
I was just going to say it's been a pleasure to have both of you sitting at the table as student trustees this year. I really appreciated the questions that you bring forward and the confidence with which you speak and ask the questions, or that you comment to our speakers. It's really appreciated, and that student voice is wonderful, and I'd like to thank as well the Senate. You've done a great job. I think I've said before this year, but your attendance and participation has been like, what a great representation of our students across the board, and I wish you all the best, and in the future I know we'll see a few faces back, so thank you very, very much, and for you two for representing so well at the table. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lori. I know I can speak on behalf of myself and Amy when this position has been such an honor. It really has been a chance to get to share our voices and also connect with people across our community and make sure their voices and their opinions are being represented as well. So it has been such an honor to be here and to be on the Board of Trustees with you all. So thank you so much.
You will really make Blue Water proud wherever you go. And good luck to all of you on your summatives and exams.
Thank you.
We are to our staff reports, and the first is our provincial, national, and international award winners from 2024-2025. And Director Wilder will speak to this report.
This is really a fun report to bring forward because it's just honoring all of the great things that are happening out in our system. So every year we attempt to capture a report highlighting the numerous provincial, national, and international awards received by our students and our staff. And the report, you have the report in front of you, and you can see it highlights a number of the awards that have taken place, and I will highlight just a few of these this evening. Please note that these awards are received in connection with school events. So we know that staff and students are out receiving lots of accolades and awards, but we can't honor all of those, so these are specific to school events. Additionally, I would like to take an opportunity as we acknowledge the following students and staff on an exceptional job. So I'm just going to go through a few of them. There has been one addition that didn't show up in your report. It just came to us after the report had been published, and that is in the Echo Schools Canada competition. which represents environmental excellence for schools in Canada. John Deacon Baker Senior School was awarded gold status for the 3rd year in a row. So that's excellent. So just from the report, as I said, I'll highlight a few of them. I wanted to highlight Sullivan Community School student Jack Lang. He had tremendous success at the Canada-wide Science Fair in Frederick, New Brunswick, and he won a silver medal for the Junior Excellence Award and a gold medal for the Junior Challenge Award in Aerospace for the science project Wing Shape versus Lift. We also had many achievements in Ontario Federation of School Athletic Association, also known as OFSA, track and field. Our students did really well, so congrats to all of them. Bruce Peninsula District School student Mabel Cameron, she won first place with her speech, Women in Agriculture, at the provincial level of the junior division of public speaking competitions with the Royal Canadian Legion, youth programs and remembrance contests. And we too had the pleasure of hearing some other really amazing speeches. We didn't hear Mabel that time, but she's been very successful. Additionally, Castro Clarence, a student from Georgian Bay Community School, won 3rd place in her category of the concours d'art, French-speaking public competition. It's about there. Congratulations also as well to those that did so well at our 2025 Skills Ontario competition, which was held from May 4 to 5 in Toronto at the Congress Centre. So as in the past, multiple schools were honored and recognized, but we had OSDSS secondary school student Gloria Lebeach. Thank you very much.
I know her.
Thank you. She brought home a bronze in hairstyling.
Yeah, she was telling me about that.
Yeah.
Great hairstylist.
That's always good to have good hairstyles. And that at the Special Olympics Ontario Championships took place in Ottawa, so we had students from Great Highlands took home a silver medal in soccer, and students from Walkerton brought home a bronze medal in bocce ball. So over 10,000 high school students, athletes participated in that championship. So that's wonderful that our students did so well. And lastly, I want to honor our very own superintendents of education. So Wendy Lauris and Lauren Petterlipset and Keith Lefebvre, they were nationally recognized with a Certificate of Achievement in Critical Thinking Award from the Critical Thinking Consortium. And this is for all the work they've done in leading instructional leadership within the board and supporting that. So that is phenomenal to have received that award. I'm so proud of all of the recipients, but this is just particularly wonderful because this team has been working so hard on instructional leadership and supporting our administrators in that regard, so congrats. So yes, just congratulations to all the reports there. There's some that I didn't highlight, but please do take some time to review because we're so very proud of all of the people who've been acknowledged. And that's my report.
Thank you. Do trustees have any questions or comments? I don't see any. Thank you so much. And Director Wilder is going to stay right where she is. And the multi-year strategic plan priorities update report will be presented.
So I know I pointed it out before, but how proud are we to have all of our new multi-year strategic plan posters and plaques and just behind you. So thanks to Jamie and Alex in Communications Department, just a fabulous job representing our priorities and our vision. I just think it looks really fresh and new, and plaques have been given out to all of our schools. So if you go and visit and you see the old one still out there, make sure you ask where are the new ones, but they look really nice. So thanks very much, Jamie, and to Alex as well. So as trustees know, a multi-year strategic plan really does set the direction of where we're going. It's nice to have a new one sitting in front of you that you can work with as you move forward. And it identifies our values and our priorities and how we measure success. It's kind of a compass that guides all of the work that we do. And I am an extremely fortunate person being able to work with this amazing senior team. I just have such gratitude and appreciation for all of you. You have a big report in front of you, and that's just, I honestly asked them, I think, twice. to narrow it down. So that just shows you the amount of work that is going on with the board, the good work, and the appreciation, the dedication. So the way we're going to highlight the report, we're just going to go from superintendent to superintendent. So they're each going to highlight one or two, well, probably 2 or 3 maybe, of the areas across the multi-year strategic plan, maybe, and then mention a next step, and then we'll hand it over to the next one. I think we're going to start with Lauren.
Correct.
Okay, we'll start with Lauren, and then we'll move together superintendents, and we will save questions to the end. So save your questions up, and we'll do that. So, yeah, I'm so fortunate to work with these people. They're fabulous.
All right, Lauren.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to present. I'm going to start off with priority 1, safe and supportive learning community, and just highlight a few initiatives from the department that I support, which is learning services student support, in other words, special education, mental health, and well-being. So I do want to highlight the work of our child and youth workers. They work in our schools across the district daily, providing tier 1, so good for all, programming around social emotional learning, social skills, friendship, all those types of things every single day in classrooms in front of students all year long. So we really appreciate their dedication and connection to students. I also wanted to highlight that we, again, this year had several student forums, which Keith may also highlight, but as part of that, in mental health, we had our student-led mental health groups. So in our schools, we had some mental health champions. And these groups started last year, but this year kept going and built on activities that had begun last year. I lastly wanted to highlight from my perspective, just that we continue to work on that trauma-informed lens from an equity perspective in all that we do. And we look to support students in that tiered approach. And you've heard me talk about that, and we're going to continue in that way. So we offer good for all programming at tier 1. Tier 2 for students that might need a little extra support for something. And then that tier 3 where we made really targeted support, and we have been doing that work in special education and mental health and well-being, and we will continue. Thank you.
Good evening. So I'm going to highlight quality instruction, priority 2, looking at some of the work that we're doing in the program department. So in literacy, I'm going to break it into literacy and mathematics because those are our 2 main areas of focus. We've had 7 primary literacy coaches building on the work that we've done previous years. They've implemented the Acadians Reading Screener with senior kindergarten through grade 2 students, and students not achieving the benchmark. Then they worked with those students in the classroom in small groups to support them in their reading development. We also continue to use the Lexia reading program to support our learners. And in our with our junior students and with our intermediate students in literacy, we continue to support their programs looking at using structured literacy with a focus heavily on writing this year. In mathematics, we are in the 2nd year of a 3-year mathematics achievement plan that has been focusing on the ministry priorities of curriculum fidelity, strengthening our mathematics content knowledge, and knowing our mathematics learners. And we've continued to implement the math check-in questions with some grade 2s, all grade 3s, grade 6s at 3 points in the school year, and with grade 9 students at 2 points in each semester. We continue to use the digital math tool Knowledge Hook in kindergarten through grade 10 classrooms. And our primary and junior mathematics coaches continue to provide job-embedded mathematics supports for the educators in 16 of our priority schools. Our next steps in math and literacy include, if we think about that it takes 3 years to recognize an impact, we're going to continue with a lot of the work that we have been doing and using many of the strategies that we currently have in place. We are going to continue to use the coaching model to support teacher learning because it seems to have the biggest impact on student achievement as well as on the uptake with the teachers that we work with. We are also looking at continuing with the check-in questions as they give us some very valuable data that is a little bit more current data than what we get with the EQAO data at the end of the school year. And we're going to continue to focus on the ministry priorities in mathematics, as well as continuing to use the Math Up resources and knowledge of resources, and focusing on number routines in the classroom, as well as models such as open number lines and art school. I'm also going to jump now to priority 3, encouraging partnerships, because another area of my portfolio includes early years. And so this year, we really endeavored in our department to meet more frequently with our early years partners to improve our childcare, the relationship between our childcare programs in our schools and with the schools themselves, and to better support the transitions for our young students from preschool and into school. Our department also works with the Parent Involvement Committee, and they continue to meet 4 times throughout the year. This year we focused on mental health, literacy programs to support job and skills development, technology distribution in the board. We also talked about the multi-year strategic plan and the student achievement plan and school improvement plans. We had a networking event in October where parents from our school councils learned about supporting readers across the grades, and they also learned about the new memorandum from the ministry around vaping and cell phone use. Seems a long time ago now, but that was new to us in the fall. And then we shared some successes from last year's big projects and learned about applying this year's funding. So our next steps for next year are to connect early with school councils to encourage more parents to join that committee.
Hi there. I seem to have a lot of opportunities during the year to come up and present different reports, highlighting a number of things that we do in learning services, student success. So I'm just going to touch on 2 things here in the report tonight. One is around in priority 1, when we talk about continuing our progress towards reconciliation with Indigenous peoples. We struck a wonderful partnership with HAM, Huronia Area Aboriginal Management Board. And that group used our teachers, our services, but we delivered adult education for Indigenous adults at Mwekwadong Family Friendship Center in Owen Sound at the former Dufferin School. And it was a huge success. We had a number of students who came back and were able to complete their OSSD, and actually our valedictorian tomorrow night will be coming from that program. So you will be hearing from her if you're coming to the adult ed graduation tomorrow. Our next steps for next year are about building more community partnerships. We've strengthened the partnerships, I believe, in Bluewater in our area immensely over the last few years. We have a number of strong partnerships, and they continue to grow, and the ones that we have continue to be strengthened. And I see that happening. Our Fort County Labor Market Planning Board wants to provide more opportunities for adults in Great Bruce counties, and we're constantly working with organizations and companies like Bruce Power and a number of their contractors to provide more opportunities and more co-op opportunities for adults and students within Great Bruce counties. Under priority 2, I just want to touch upon our strategy or initiative to encourage digital citizenship. And we've realized a number of significant changes in the use of our one-to-one devices, both in 9 to 12, as well as a pilot program with our 7 and 8, some 7 and 8 classrooms. Our use of Learn BW, the professional learning platform that I discussed a few months ago, and things are taking off. There are a lot of people who are really looking to Learn BW to learn how to use generative AI in their classroom, things that they could be using to help instruct students and help them understand not just how to use the tools, but then also how to use them safely. And we look forward to next year. We know Microsoft is going to be able to offer a 13 plus version of Copilot, so that some of our students in grades 7 to 12 can be using that AI tool, and we can be able to be doing that in a safe and supportive manner. We've got lots of training for our staff, and it promises to be a a huge plus for us. So next year, again, more support around our one-on-one program, the Gen AI adoption, coaching supports, and supporting our educators through NBW. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. In Human Resource Services, we have been very busy looking at things like recruitment. And so recruitment is such an important aspect to promote and understand the valuable resource that we have in our employees. And through recruitment, we have continued to attend a number of job fairs over the course of this year, both community-based job fairs and post-secondary job fairs. But I wanted to highlight this evening under Priority 1, a safe, supportive learning community, that we, under the leadership of our Human Rights and Equity Advisor, Amy Campbell, partnered with YMCA Employment, as well as Junction Initiative down at the Dundalk area, to host a job fair that was specific to our African, Afro-Caribbean, and Black, amongst other racialized individual job fair. And we had a significant turnout from the community. It was such a positive evening for all involved, and we had a successful recruitment. And when we regrouped with our partners, we determined that this was an event that we likely need to be repeating. So wanting to celebrate that work. In addition to that, the Ministry of Education issued a policy and program memorandum, 171, which is related to attendance support programs. So we have been engaged in reviewing and doing a gap analysis of our attendance support program for our employees under the leadership and partnership with our regional audit team, where we will be looking at launching next year attendance support that looks at how we can support employees' attendance at work. And so we are very excited to be looking at how we can partner and support our employees through their attendance and through this initiative. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. So business services incorporates financial services, purchasing, transportation, business development and planning, plant services and operations, facilities and temporary accommodations, as well as information communication technology, or ICT. So the majority of what we do lies under the third multi-year strategic plan priority of aligning resources for student success. 24-25 was a busy year for our staff. So much work is done in the background to support the board in delivering on their priorities and focusing on our mission of providing a quality educational experience for every student in a safe and inclusive environment. So first, I'd like to acknowledge all the incredible work done by all of the business services departments throughout the year to keep this ship moving forward. So as a small sample of the highlights from this year, they include the opening of the Beaver Crest Community School, fresh off the March break. We achieved funding approval from the Ministry of Education for a new growth elementary school at Saugeen Shores that will provide for an additional 409 pupil spaces. And in April, we hosted the annual Community Planning Partnership meeting, where we debuted and refreshed a long-term accommodation plan. So this offered a detailed data-driven assessment of the current state of student accommodation at Blue Water and recommendations for the short and long-term future of our board as it relates. So briefly, as we head into the 25-26 school year, some next steps include the advancements of construction in Kincardine, Dundalk, and Saugeen Shores. That you'd like that. As well as the consistent monitoring of the board's financial activity to ensure alignment with the approved budget. Thank you.
Thank you, team. Great report, just a nice highlight. And that is a multi-year strategic plan report for this evening.
The trustees have questions. Trustee Lutz.
Thank you. Through the chair, I'm just wondering how the adoption of generative AI tools aligns with environmental stewardship, given the very high energy use of those tools. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that was under enhancing digital citizenship. So yes, there are high energy costs associated with the use of generative AI, but we also know we know we need to prepare our students for more of the 21st century. We're actually well into the 21st century, and part of that is their ability to be able to use that tool. So we're hoping to see in the future advances in how they can limit the impact that those servers have, and the amount of energy that's required to keep them cool happens. So we look forward to that.
Trustee Craig.
I've been very impressed by this whole process and by this extraordinary multi-year strategic plan report. But at the same time, I've been rather overwhelmed by it, and I can't help but think that you must be too. Even within priority 1, there are 23 bullet points about things that you're doing or planning to do. So, to me, the problem with so many reports and so many initiatives of any large organization is around implementation. Great ideas come so easily sometimes, but actually getting them to work is far, far more challenging. So my question to you collectively is, how do you evaluate your progress on this multi-year strategic plan on an ongoing basis? Is there a timeline for looking at it again and asking yourself how far we got in these areas? What is the implementation plan, and particularly how does it work in terms of timelines?
The monitoring is continuous in all of these different areas. It's continuous. I mean, when we think of the reports coming forward in business, we've been monitoring, and I mean, as we saw tonight, our budget is in good shape. We bring reports forward from our EQAO, although we know that's kind of a snapshot in time or whatever. We are seeing improvements in that. So the quality instruction. Lauren's area, student support, they're very much based on ministry priorities and what has to happen, and guided by School Mental Health Ontario, for example. So there are measurements there too that they're always looking at, and we look too at our students with identified with special education needs and how they're doing in the school. Same student success, like when I look at all these, I know there are a lot. Most of it's ministry mandated. So we don't have an option not to engage in these. This is how we are approaching them in different ways. I know too in human resources, they're collecting a lot of data around our ins and out, number of emergency people we need, like it's continuous data that we're gathering all of the time. So I would say it's constant monitoring of this. And then on top of that, these folks, I know they grin and hear it, but they submit 3 times a year to me superintendent progress reports. And those reports are full of their data specific to their portfolio. So that, in my role as director of education, is my way that I monitor the work that they're doing and ensuring that they're making gains in their portfolios. So, and I actually, just as an aside, I shared their last progress report and a feedback form I created with the new director coming in so that he has an understanding of the portfolios and the people and the work that's been done. So I feel very confident that we're constantly monitoring and assessing what's going on.
Excellent. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? I don't see any. I would just like to remind trustees, this report represents a lot of work, and I plan to take it out of this package or print it and refer to it, because really this sets the framework of what last year was, what next year is. It helps guide our thinking too as we're seeing reports. The snapshots that you gave us are just that, but this represents a lot of work, and it's our strategic plan that was developed, and this is how it comes to life. And this group, I would suggest are part of it, but it's all the folks in our system that bring this work to life. So it's, because there's so much there, I wouldn't just receive it and tuck it away. I think it's worth keeping around and referring to on an ongoing basis. Thank you so much. I don't see any other questions, but thank you so much for the presentations. Our communications, we have no correspondence that was received. So we're to communications and announcements. Are there any announcements?
Yes, I just want to touch on what Dr. Lauder said in the excellence with John Diefenbaker's Echo School Award. This is the third year that they've gotten this award, and it's thanks to Miss McCutcheon, who oversaw this program. But I think it starts in our elementary schools, because they're eco-friendly and they're learning to recycle and they're all kinds of great things. I was told by someone today that I helped the compost pile by 100 pounds. And I thought, how did I possibly do that? Well, he proceeded to tell me that because I was serving so much watermelon that it was increasing the poundage, not kilograms, the poundage. So I think that good thing starts in our elementary schools and works up into our secondary schools. So, but I also wanted to say on the Relay for Life for John Diefenbaker, their goal was $17,000. Now, the number $17,000, the number 17 was a very important number to our JDSS Trojans. We lost a dear girl, Emily Wood, earlier in the year, and her number for baseball was 17. So they took on the initiative to raise $17,000 for cancer, and that's what Emily had died from, was cancer. They ended up raising $32,000. So the communities all pulled together, and this was during our tragedy in war. And so it just shows how all our communities in Blue Water are banding behind our students and supporting them, and it makes me very proud to be part of that. So, and you wonder why I have so much watermelon? Our produce company sent me 34 huge, large, biggest watermelons I've ever seen. Don't know how I'm going to use them all. So I'm working on it. I sent some to the food bank, but 34 huge watermelons with 10 days of school left. I will proceed to engage with the compost pile.
Thank you. Any other? Trustee Johnstone.
So we had our annual general meeting last week, and just a reminder that was sent out by Crystal today, basically the final minutes or a kind of preview of the last meeting agenda before the AGM. If you have any questions, you can surely ask.
And I have 3 special announcements. First, I'd like to congratulate Vice Chair Johnstone on being elected the first Vice President of OPSWA this past weekend at the AGM. Trustee Johnstone will serve in this position for the remainder of this year and next year till the AGM. And I would like you all to join me in congratulating her. And secondly, I'd like to recognize a couple of retirements. First, I'd like to wish Wendy and Lori a happy retirement. Wendy, your calm, thoughtful presence and education expertise will be very much missed by our system. Congratulations. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'd like to thank Lori for her 4 decades of unwavering leadership, commitment, and service to the students, families, and school communities of Blue Water. It is a bittersweet farewell to wish her both of you, many rewarding and happy years in your well-earned retirement. I know many others, both past and present, join in saying thank you. We wish you all the very best in retirement. Congratulations. Are there, we'll just move on quick. Are there any out-of-district meetings, conferences, or conventions to share? I think we're winding up, so we're past that. You have the calendar of events to finish up this year and look forward into September. And I would ask trustees just to hang around for a minute after our meeting, but we are adjourning at 8:14 p.m. Could I have a mover and second? Trustee Dukes and Trustee Johnstone and